Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. We are back. I've actually really enjoyed the break away from Arsenal. If there's actually another international break coming up for 2 weeks, I'd very much welcome it because we were going through a very tough period and we needed that break. We needed that break away from watching Arsenal. We needed them to go away and just train. But the problem is we have to come back. Good thing, bad thing. You have to come back because if you don't play for 3 weeks, 1 month, and the likes of Man City and Aston Villa are playing their games, they're going to go 10 points ahead of us. So you have to come back and play our game because they've played theirs. And for example, right now, Man City have jumped 3 points ahead of us. And after playing our game, they'll still have a game in hand. So we have to try and catch up. We have to try and keep up with those teams. Hasn't been a great couple of weeks. We lost to Fulham. We know what happened in that one. We didn't play well. Against West Ham, we had 30 shots. We didn't score. Against Liverpool, we dominated for like 60 minutes. Most of our forward players missed the big chances against them and ended up losing that game. But now we are coming back with 4 months remaining of the season. We're still in the Champions League. We are still in the Premier League competition. If we win a couple of games, there's always a chance we can even be back top of the table next week. Like against Nottingham Forest, the next game we are playing fast. So if you win this game and Liverpool don't win their game and you win against Nottingham Forest, you're going to be top of the table even for a day. So we're not that far away, but we have to win. Usually in these previews, I talk about Arsenal and the lineup and all that, the previous game, and then we also talk about the opponents and what they've been doing. I don't even think we need to talk about Crystal Palace this time. We just need to focus on ourselves. We don't need to focus on the opponents right now. We need to focus on what you can make right. Because if we could score, we wouldn't have been talking about a loss against West Ham and against Liverpool. We'd have been going into this Crystal Palace game having maybe lost against Fulham, but won the other two, which would have been a better position to be in. So we've been in Dubai for the last couple of weeks. Hopefully the training has been successful. Hopefully in terms of, the finishing, especially the finishing, we've been in a very tough position, Jesus, Nketiah, Trossard, Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, all of them missing big chances. Odegaard as well. You can take it before even those 3 games that you've just played. Before that, you had the likes of Aston Villa. It hasn't been a great past month. But we have a good run now. Apart from when you're going to play Liverpool, even that will be at home. Now, playing Crystal Palace at home and then Nottingham Forest away and then Liverpool at home and then across that 1 month, you'll also have like Burnley. We'll also be playing Newcastle at home. Not the worst games. You're not playing against Tottenham away, Man City away up until like April, May. So we need to get a run going. Last season, we were able to win 5 games 3 times last season in a row. Like we won 5 games in a row at the beginning of the season. And then I think right before the World Cup, we also won like 5 games in a row. That time we beat Chelsea and Wolves and those guys before the World Cup. And also after we came back, after we drew with Newcastle in January of last year, we beat Tottenham away from home. We beat Man United and we won a lot of games before we lost to Everton. We won like, I think before even that Aston Villa game was included there, I think we won like 7 games in a row. This one, we haven't managed to do that. We haven't managed to win 5 games in a row. I don't even think we've managed to win 4. Maybe 4 is the most, but we haven't gotten anywhere to 5 wins in a row. Now, if you want to get ourselves back into contention, we are having to do that. Not out of 5 games, you win 3 and you draw 2. That's not enough. Even 4 wins out of 5 might not be enough. Unless you draw at Liverpool, maybe. But for the rest of the games, you have to win all of them. If you go and you draw at Crystal Palace, you might as well just say goodbye to the season and start fighting for the top 4 because that will be too many points dropped. And we needed that break. I said you needed that break. We've gotten that break, and now we are back. We're expecting changes. I think the break came at a very good time for us because if we were playing again 3 days after we played Liverpool, we probably would have lost again because the pressure was on. You could see players arguing, decision-making in the box was terrible. Players were missing too many chances. Maybe that break is what we needed, and they've gotten the break. So I'm hoping for changes now. How do they come back? Crystal Palace, yes, the likes of Eze, very, very good players. They're very capable. But, I mean, if we score our chances, if we get 10 chances, we score even 3 or 4 of them, you don't expect Eze to score 5 goals for Crystal Palace. So you just have to do your job fast. Yes, they have good players, but they actually have injuries to players like Olise and a few other players who've gone to AFCON like Jordan Ayew. So we have an advantage in terms of that. Now, in terms of our squad, in terms of defense, we're going to do the lineup. But in terms of defense, we don't have too many options. But the options that we have should be able to get through this game. Another good thing about this match is we're actually playing against Crystal Palace, and then you're not going to play again for, I think, 9 days. So we have another like 9 days before, 10 days before our next game, because you're not in the FA Cup the following weekend. So we have a lot of rest time. So if we win this game, we get another 10 days to keep on training, and then we come back even fresher. So it's Crystal Palace next, and then 10-day break before we play Nottingham Forest. And we are going to be the first ones to play that midweek against Nottingham Forest, which is good. I prefer playing fast than playing last, watching all the other teams win, and then the pressure's on you, and then everyone is watching, and then we end up losing. I don't like that. But it's a big game. It's a massive game. We have to start the game very, very quickly. We don't want to reach the 60th minute 0-0 or losing 1-0. The pressure would be too much. The pressure would be absolutely too much. So we have to start the game quickly and take our chances this time. Whoever starts, Nketiah, Havertz, Jesus, Saka, Martinelli, all of them have been missing way too many chances. So we need to take our chance. Then Jesus is back from injury. Partey will be back for the Nottingham Forest game. Timber is progressing. Fabio is progressing. They're not yet back, the two of them, but in the next like 1 month or something, at least one of them should be back. So this is a game we need to take advantage of. It's a home game as well. The last home game, we've had like, is it like 50 shots or something in the last two home games without scoring? Against Liverpool and West Ham, we have to make that correct. We have to correct that, and I think we are capable of doing that. I think we should be doing that. If we play this game and don't win again, then we're in big trouble. But which kind of lineup would I go for if I was the manager, just quickly on this one? Because in terms of defense, actually, we don't have too many players. So this would be the defense. Raya, Kivior, Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White. Zinchenko is a doubt. If he's a doubt, I wouldn't play him at all. Just rest him until the Nottingham Forest game, because right now we don't have enough defenders. Cedric has been linked to a move away, so these are the 4 defenders that we have until Tomiyasu comes back, and until Zinchenko comes back, or until we sign a defender in the transfer window. So that's the difference that I have. Gabriel and Saliba don't really have too many problems with them. Our problems have been like fullback. Ben White has been not at his best, and Zinchenko hasn't been at his best, and Kiva is kind of struggling at fullback. But hopefully this game is able to handle it, because if Olise is back, it's going to be tough. But if he's not back, fancy Kiva to have a good game, hopefully. What about the midfield? Last time against Liverpool, we started Jorginho, but this time I'm going to go with Rice, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe. Yeah, I was thinking about, hey, start Havertz again or start Trossard, but I'm saying start Smith Rowe for this one. He looks ready. He hasn't really gotten a chance to start this season in the Premier League. Give him this game. He is very capable. If he plays the way he played 2 years ago, we know how good he is. So let's give him this game. Let's see how he does. If it doesn't work out for 50, 60 minutes, then you can always take him off and bring the ones on the bench. But give him this game. Maybe he's the guy that we need. You never know. What if he plays this game and he creates 3 chances and he scores, and then all of a sudden he takes away pressure from Odegaard as well? That would be great. So that should be my midfield. Smith Rowe, Odegaard, and Rice. It's a great midfield. It's not a bad midfield at all. It's a great midfield. So those would be the 3. Because Partey will return in the next game, and a lot of people would want to see Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. So let's use this opportunity to play Smith Rowe. What about the forward players? This would be my forward line. Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli. Let's go back to this. Let's see how they do. If they again miss a chance after chance after chance in this one, then we're in a bit of problems. But Martinelli did not start last time against Liverpool. He came off the bench. Let's start him here. Saka, we need the old Saka back. And Jesus is back from injury, so I'd start him as well up front. What about the bench? Now, the bench in terms of defense, not too many options. Walters, Cedric. I've put Cedric there, but I made this graphic like literally a couple of hours ago, and like a few minutes ago, there's rumors that Cedric could be on his way out to Besiktas. So we might not even have Cedric on that bench. It could be Walters, Jorginho, Havertz, Trossard, Nketiah, Nelson, Nwaneri, and potentially Sago Jr. or Souza, the other defender, just to have fullback cover in defense. But that is the lineup I would go for. There's still options on the bench. You can start Trossard, you can start Havertz, Nelson, Nketiah, whoever you want, Jorginho, but this is what I'd like to see. Defense, I think we'll see that. Midfield, I think we'll see Rice and Odegaard. Smith Rowe chances to start is very, very low. I'd not be surprised if it's Havertz starting or even Jorginho again, and then Rice in the number 6 and Rice in the number 8. Up front, I think Saka will start. Jesus, I don't know. He might decide to go with Havertz, same that he went to deliver against Liverpool, and this time just make sure you score. You got yourself into good positions. This time just make sure you score. You might go for that. And I think Martinelli will be back for this one. So that's the lineup I would go for. In terms of prediction, I think we'll be back. I think there'll be a few nows. I think they might end up creating a few chances here and there. But I'm going to go for Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace nil. Hopefully it's bigger than that to put us back into the groove of scoring, but I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. And I'm going to go for Saka and Odegaard to score. Let me know your prediction for the match, which lineup you want to see as well. We are back this weekend. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you on